Today we're unpacking why AMD is soaring on AI headlines, partnerships, and analyst excitement, and why some sensible pullbacks still happen. Why AMD stock is getting a wind in its sails. Short version: AMD's narrative has shifted from CPUs plus gaming to a full-stack data center pitch. GPUs, Instinct MI450, server CPUs, Venice EPYC, and DPUs/NICs, Volcano/Pensando. When the company began showing rack-scale reference designs and signing big-sounding supply deals, money flowed in. That combination, product breadth plus potential hyperscaler deals plus improving software tooling, is why the stock popped after recent announcements. The market is pricing in the chance that a handful of multi-gigawatt deals could meaningfully boost AMD's top line for years. Imagine your favorite bakery discovered a new wholesale client that wants your croissants in every airport. Suddenly, the business isn't just walk-in customers anymore. It's large, recurring orders that scale with demand. ROCm, the software stack that makes or breaks GPU adoption. Hardware is half the story. The other half is software. AMD's ROCm, Radeon Open Compute, stack has been improving. Recent AMD developer posts and ROCm release notes show new features. PyTorch will support, and RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, tooling being added to the platform. Those are real, constructive steps that reduce friction for ML teams who have historically defaulted to CUDA. Better packaging and official PyTorch will support simplified deployment and give engineers fewer headaches during model training and inference. Picture ROCm like a new highway. The hardware is the fancy car, but without a well-paved road and off-ramps to cloud tools, drivers, developers won't switch lanes. AMD's paving work is visible, but it's not finished. But hey, the ROCm road had potholes, and devs pointed them out. To be fair, ROCm hasn't been flawless. The community and some analysis groups documented that many PyTorch unit tests were skipped or disabled for ROCm CI, a sign that some operators and distributed tests were failing and needed triage. PyTorch GitHub issues and community threads show ongoing debugging and test triage on ROCm-specific failures. The good news? AMD and the ROCm/PyTorch teams have been actively addressing these gaps, fixing tests, improving CI, and pushing will variant support, which suggests the company is making tangible progress rather than ignoring the problem. Still, this is a reminder: software parity takes time. If CUDA has been the well-worn freeway with dozens of rest stops, ROCm was a fresh, scenic route with some unpaved shoulders. Beautiful, but you don't want a flat tire in the middle of training a trillion-parameter model. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Vivek Arya's Gigawatt Math. Why analysts are pumped. Bank of America analyst Vivek Arya, one of the headline semiconductor analysts, has been vocal about AMD's opportunity. Arya's models translate infrastructure scale into dollars. He and others estimate roughly $15 to $20 billion, around $17.5 billion often quoted, of GPU content per gigawatt of large-scale AI deployment, depending on the architecture, networking, and refresh cadence. That per GW number becomes a shorthand for how big a 1 gigawatt deal can be over its lifecycle, and it's precisely why multi-gigawatt deals with hyperscalers are so valuable. Analogy: if 1 gigawatt is a skyscraper of GPUs, the per GW number is the expected lifetime revenue from renting every floor, the shops, the parking, and the rooftop ads. It adds up fast. The OpenAI deal, 6 gigawatts, 1 gigawatt first, and what if half of it happens? OpenAI and AMD announced a multi-year partnership to deploy 6 gigawatts of AMD Instinct GPUs, with an initial 1 gigawatt phase beginning in the second half of 2026. That news changed the narrative. A single confirmed hyperscaler commitment takes the maybe someday runway and starts turning it into bookings and potential multi-year revenue streams. AMD's press release and multiple outlets detailed the 6 gigawatts figure and the 1 gigawatt first phase. Aria's public commentary argued that even a conservative 50% realization of those per GW revenue estimates matters. If you assume $17.5 billion per gigawatt but only half materializes, because of discounts, staged rollouts, or narrower content, that's still $8.75 per GW. A material contribution to AMD's multi-year revenue run rate. His reassessments boosted his forecasts and helped justify raising AMD's price target and sales outlook. Visual math for viewers show a full-size bar of $17.5 billion per gigawatt, then a 50% faded bar to visualize conservative realization. Still big, but not fantasy numbers. Aria's model moves the numbers, $1.4 billion and $9.7 billion add-ons. Following OCP and the Helios/MI450 visibility, Aria updated his sales modeling. He added roughly $1.4 billion of incremental sales for 2026 and $9.7 billion for 2027 in his base case assumptions, reflecting expected conversion of pilots and staged deployments. That kind of revision is the kind of thing that gets institutional portfolio managers' attention. It's not a vague press release anymore, it's a concrete set of revenue scenarios embedded into models and price targets. Those revisions were widely reported and cited when banks reissued coverage and bumped price targets. Practical take: analysts don't raise numbers for fun, they do it because they can map product timelines, customer lists, and pricing into incremental dollars. That's the analytic engine behind the excitement. One of the more colorful moments was NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang's on-air reaction. He said he was surprised that AMD offered OpenAI up to a 10% stake as part of the commercial arrangement, calling the move imaginative and clever, I guess, in a CNBC interview. That quip underlines two realities. One, these deals are creative and sometimes include equity or warrant elements beyond plain hardware sales. And two, the AI infrastructure market is now a chessboard where vendors and customers use cash, equity, and other structures to secure supply. Huang's comment made headlines because it framed AMD's move as bold and unusual, which is exactly the kind of drama Wall Street eats for breakfast. Separately, NVIDIA confirmed it's participating in Elon Musk's XAI funding round, reportedly committing around $2 billion as part of a larger $20 billion fundraising, reports vary. That's interesting because it shows NVIDIA is actively placing strategic bets across the new AI ecosystem, buying influence and securing demand, the old vendor financing play. Could Elon's XAI include AMD hardware too? It's possible in principle. Large AI organizations often hedge across suppliers or work multiple vendors into different workloads. But the reality is nuanced. XAI's initial disclosures and partner lists have so far emphasized NVIDIA. If XAI or similar new entrants decide to add AMD, it would be another upside tail and could set AMD to $7,140 path. But it's speculative and dependent on tests, software fit, and commercial terms. Note this as well. And he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still, and he that is righteous, let him be righteous still, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Revelation 22 verses 10-14. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all his commandments, he has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let him be your guide, for he will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.